Joining us now to talk about today's developments are our political analysts, Democrat Bruce Fisher and Republican Carl Calabrese.
And we're going to start with you tonight, Bruce. The statement that we saw from Democrats today, it's pretty unprecedented, you have to admit, but do you see that actually turning into any type of action here if the governor refuses to step down from office?
Well, I think what happened today when the governor's staff followed the law and took the issue to the police, we have the potential for three actions happening all at once. One, we already know that the state attorney general is going to be, she's already started her process. Second, you will hear rumblings from Republicans, I've already said it, that they want to start an impeachment. And now you have a criminal process underway. The question is, politically, right now, Andrew Cuomo evidently has a lot fewer friends than he did yesterday. But does that mean he's going to leave before any of these three processes go forward? Two that we know of are underway. I expect the Republicans want to get an impeachment going. But does that mean that he goes before the processes are finished? He may not have any political friends, but this is Andrew Cuomo, and he's doing what a recent president of the United States did. Standing firm and saying, let the process go forward.
Well, to you, Carl, now, Republicans have been loud in demanding the governor resign or be impeached, but the reality here, of course, is that they don't have much power to do much on their own. With that in mind, what do you see as their next step?
Well, I think what we're going to see is kind of a version of trench warfare here, where you have a lot of fighting and a lot of blood, and the lines don't change very much. The governor's strategy, I think, is pretty clear. He's going to hunker down. He's going to call for due process, which, by the way, he's never called for when the accusations are made against other office holders, especially Republicans. But he's going to demand due process. He's going to wait for the attorney general's report, hope that it's not conclusive, hope that it's a he said, she said type of thing. And he's going to bank on the fact that in all likelihood, the Democrats in the Senate and the Assembly don't have a stomach to actually impeach him. They may criticize him, they may even censure him, but impeachment is a pretty heavy lift. So I think that's his strategy, and we'll see. But the one thing we know is this thing doesn't seem to be going away, and we now have layers of scandal and issues, one on top of another. So you've got 6 women coming forward. You've got the Attorney General's investigation of the nursing homes. Now you've got a possible criminal referral. I don't know. I don't know how many more of these he can take, but if he's willing to hunker down, if he's got thick skin and he doesn't have a gene for shame, if he follows the example of the governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, he hunkers down, he might survive this. But what it means in terms of his political future is another issue.
But Carl, the investigation that the Attorney General is doing is just that, an investigation. It still ends up in the hands of Democrats. And maybe, Bruce, you want to comment, too, that they still have to decide whether or not to go forward with any impeachment process, despite what the AG's report says.
Right. This at some point, you're right, it absolutely becomes just about politics. And I know that this will come as a blinding shock to you, but politicians look out for their own self-interest. At the moment, the firestorm burning is burning pretty hot. I expect that Carl is absolutely right that he'll do a Trump, he'll do a Northam, and just Cuomo will just stick around and wait it out. It looks like somebody else is going to be running for governor, though, in the next go-around. Wouldn't you say, Carl?
Yeah, I think so. In fact, from a Republican strategy standpoint, their best for the situation might be for a battered and bloody Cuomo to see a 4th term, because if he leaves, you're going to have a fresh face and everybody's going to be on a honeymoon. So the Republicans' best chance of getting the State House back might very well be, as they say, a battered and bloody Cuomo running for a 4th term.
Well, we're always talking about Letitia James, gubernatorial candidate, who's currently the Attorney General.
You're probably right. All right, it'll be interesting to see what happens after the budget is complete also, how many more friends or less friends the governor has as well. Bruce Fisher, Carl Calabrese, gentlemen, thank you both for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.